Hey kids, it's Saturday afternoon. Yes, this video is relatively late. It's a few weeks late, in fact, and I will explain for why. And I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses or that I'm justifying. I haven't done so well over the last couple of weeks. Body image-wise, wasn't feeling the best, and exercise didn't creep in. In actual fact, it's been really good. But there were days where I was tempted to do certain things, and I found myself engaging in certain behaviors that I wasn't happy with after the fact, and realized that in hindsight, the sustainability of it is, and I know that it's not a doable thing for me, unfortunately. It's just when and here's the way, just to need a little insight into the way my head works, and this is probably a lot of you can probably relate to this, because it's kind of across the board kind of thing, is that I do a lot of future thinking, a lot of presumptuous thinking in terms of, if I don't do X, Y will happen. And I get images of my body and feelings that I reminisce about feelings of what I felt when I was at that weight, and it becomes this very sensory kind of overwhelming experience that fills me with a great sense of anxiety, and I go into fight-flight mode and I run for the hills. And the way that I run for the hills is jumping into exercise to try and suppress that anxiety. And a lot of the time, that is what really gets me. It's the suppressing of anxiety. It's the trying to push away the nasty feelings, the yucky stuff that we as human beings don't really like to deal with. But it's funny, I was listening to something the other night, and it was put to me in very simple terms, is that anxiety in life is a given. Whether it be physical anxiety, mental anxiety, emotional anxiety, we are going to experience anxiety. And when we put ourselves into positions that aren't terribly pleasant or fun, we will experience anxiety. And ultimately, I have a choice. I can choose to sit with the anxiety and still do what I want to do because it's in line with who I want to be and why I want to do it, or I can push the anxiety away. And I think that myself most certainly, but I think a lot of us do in fact spend a lot of our lives pushing away that anxiety, that nasty feeling, that yuckiness, whatever you want to call it, the big scaries that we have to deal with in life. A lot of us do spend a lot of our time pushing that stuff away, and we spend our lives in the process of denying ourselves things because they aren't pleasant in the immediate, and we constantly want good feelings. And I know that for me, I constantly push away life and living of life, because sometimes living of life means I have to endure really nasty shit, be it physical, be it emotional, be it mental, be it all at the one time. So I like to report that this week has been a lot better, and I'm doing much better this week, and feel a lot happier for it. Body-wise, had a couple of days here and there where I get a bit funny, and other days where I don't feel too bad, and granted you'll probably see why. But before we jump into the video, because I won't come back after this, I don't want to make this a long video because I have been away for so long, and I don't make you guys sit down and watch a 20-minute long video of me ranting about shit. Let's hit all the high notes and go bang, 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 in, out, and let's get back to what we're doing. I have lost weight. I've lost, funnily enough, I lost a kilo without actually doing anything. And actually, I was eating more and more consistently, because that started to get a bit funny too. And I lost a kilo, and my weight had been sitting quite steady for at least 2 weeks, despite my funniness. But yeah, it was just interesting that even after I had been doing no exercise and had been eating really well and eating a lot more, or not a lot more, but eating more consistently, and even having sort of like a real challenging sort of meal the day before, that my weight actually went down a kilo. It was very strange. And it does tickle the ED bones, and it does make them all hunky-dory and happy, and the idea of losing weight is better than putting on weight, because it's almost like a buffer, and I feel safe, and that I can do this, this, and this because I'm only this, and I really need to put on weight. Whereas if I'm like, it's still going up, then it becomes a little bit less less eager to challenge and push myself. But I am definitely seeing the need to gain more weight, and I've always said that, but it's more of a I didn't want to make the focus about weight because I didn't want to make it about my body. But I think there becomes a point where that needs to be about gaining some weight to get healthy, and then about living a lifestyle. So I don't know, I'm still trying to sort of find my feet and find my way. I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm doing it really well this week, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Otherwise, here's me getting naked, twirling, standing on scales. I love you, I'll leave you, I'll see you later. Stick around for the lovely music and the nudity. Bye!